All right. Hello, Martin. I'm so excited to get, and he's going to give us a little bit about where he's from and what he is doing with Lifeliqe in the world of augmented reality and a little bit of virtual reality too, thrown in there as well. They're using both. And so I'm really pumped to hear about what Lifeliqe offers for education, because that seems to be the main focus is education. So Martin, if you want to share a little bit what your role is with Lifeliqe, where you're calling from, what time you're calling from right now, because it just keeps getting later for you guys. And I will go ahead and let it go over to you.
Thanks, Jamie. Also, thanks for inviting, and thanks for the opportunity to share our passion and the teacher's passion that our tool comes from as well. And hi, everyone listening and watching. So my name again is Martin, and I come from the Czech Republic, and where I partly work, and also I live partly in San Francisco, where we founded our edtech startup Lifeliqe, and I'm the community shaman of this startup who connects teachers and our company. So we really make sure that we create the best possible tools for learning and for teaching, and really to be able to spark light bulb moments in students' minds and to help teachers to grow lifelong learning passion among the students. So that's what I would say is our mission: to spark light bulb moments in learning science, to empower teachers to grow learning passion among the students, while bringing really the most up-to-date technologies to classrooms. As you know, we believe here in Lifeliqe that there's a huge gap between what's happening out there in the technology available and what's available for classroom, for learning and teaching. So we in Lifeliqe try to bring these two worlds together and to excite students to learning science with the technology.
All right, Martin, do you want to kind of give us a peek about what Lifeliqe looks like for educators? So this is an app, correct, that they download on their mobile device?
Right, indeed. So let me share a little bit for you guys. Can you see my screen, Jamie?
Yes, I can see it great.
That's perfect. So thanks for this question. So Lifeliqe is a learning app available for desktop PCs, available for tablets, available for touchscreens, and it's basically based on the touchscreen technology, bringing the most interactive experiences that you can experience. And it brings you deep learning experiences for learning sciences. So let's take a look at this, at this dinosaur right here. So what you can do is that you can turn our interactive 3D models around. You can, you can get the parts identifications and the descriptions of the pieces of the models. You can bring these models to life AR experiences. Let's see if my camera works for that while having a call with you. So I can bring any of those interactive 3D models to life also with AR, and I can use these AR models in lessons. So I can bring the dinosaur in my classroom as a teacher, or can create interactive quizzes. I can really bring all these different elements of interactivity to the lessons as a teacher, but also I can use them for creating a learning project as individually as a learner. Here you can see that you can really go through the different the different pieces, different parts of our models. You can zoom in. to get really the breathtaking detail to understand all these different difficult concepts in science that are really difficult to imagine. So these are the interactive 3D models that we have. We've got more than 1,000 right now, ranging from life science, physical science, earth and space science, mathematics, social sciences, etc. So basically we're STEM based. But what you can also do is that, thanks Jamie, what you can also do is that you can also use these interactive 3D models in the lesson plans that we aligned to NGSS and Common Core curriculum to really, make sure that it's really easy for teachers to integrate, top-notch technology, very advanced, but very easily to lessons. So let me know. This is an example of another model, a toad anatomy, my favorite, and its skeleton. And let me show you how I can bring it to life in my lesson. So let's assume I'm a teacher and I want to bring a lesson plan about the toad or about the food chain. So I import my existing lesson plan, then I have create, an engaging assessment activity in my classroom. So this is a file that I imported in. This is my existing lesson plan, and I just want to bring the interactive 3D model. I want to make it a bit more live. I want to bring that toad that I showed you right to my piece of presentation. So this is the toad. This is the fully interactive 3D model that I have here, and I can really incorporate that to my lesson. I can put it right to my presentation to make it fully 3D. So I just want to highlight that piece of skeleton here, or I wanna highlight the digestive system as we speak about the food chain. So this is a toad, and I just highlighted that the digestive system of a toad, or I can get back to my complete toad in my lesson plan. I'm done with editing the lesson plan. As you can see, it stays fully interactive, and I can start my presentation of the food chain, demonstrating, all those animals really fully live and fully in 3D. And I can always get to the detail to fully explore all these different pieces of complex information that are really difficult to comprehend and are really difficult to imagine. So this was an example of how I created a lesson plan, using those interactive 3D models that we have in Lifeliqe. But what you can also do is that you can just use any of those lesson plans that we have in Lifeliqe. We've got now 200, Common Core and NGSS, that you can already use as they are. So these are the lesson plans. Let's try to download this one. All right, will take a bit of time. These are the lesson plans that we have created here in Lifeliqe for teachers that are aligned to Common Core, that are aligned to NGSS, and that already use the full power 3D models right in them. So when we started 4 or 5 years ago, bringing interactive 3D experiences for learning, all teachers said, this is great. This is really just amazing. But, then we realized we need to make a step closer to the teachers, make using interactive, high tech in their learning in the most possible easiest way. So what you're just seeing is a zoom into Eve, which is another piece of content that we have here. It's a deep zoom, as we call it, and it provides you a deep learning experience, while going through the structure of a tree. And one more that I really like. Let's go to science, and let me show you my favorite one.
And while you're doing that, Martin, I love that the curriculum is tied into this. When you guys are dealing with curriculum, whose curriculum are you working from?
That's a great question. Like I'm really caught by showing the content here, but it's really important to understand how easily the content is, it can be integrated to the lessons. So the curriculum alignment was done by Michael Carter, by Dr. Michael Carter, who's Lifeliqe's advisor and who's also an author who's been dealing with education technology for nearly 4 decades. This is Dr. Michael Carter. And so he's aligned our models to Common Core and NGSS, but I can also filter through his lesson plans. Correlated our models with the major US science textbooks. So if I'm a teacher and I'm using any of the popular textbooks for science out there, I can correlation, I can always see where actually in the textbook I can support my instruction with the interactive 3D models that we have here in Lifeliqe.
Very cool.
Michael Carter used the 5E instruction model. That means engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate, which has been proven as one of the most effective models for science instruction. So we really make sure that we engage the classroom in the beginning. We let them use their existing knowledge, then we let them explore to gain the new knowledge and to connect the existing knowledge with the new experience they just. Then we let them explain, discuss, really elaborate through that knowledge, go further, extend that knowledge, and then evaluate what they just learned. And that's all included in our lesson plans containing those 3D models, containing those augmented reality experiences. And also we have some VR apps out there that are available for learners and teachers.
That's awesome.
Bringing, what we really try to make sure is, that we can provide these immersive and interactive experiences basically to anyone out there, whether you use your tablet, whether you use your desktop PC, whether you use, for instance, an HTC Vive VR kit. So we became the major partners of HTC Vive for learning content. So we've got the Lifeliqe app, not just on mobile, but also we have that in HTC Vive as a fully immersive VR experience. What I have been just using is the Lifeliqe app for mobile. So you can now get it on the App Store or on the Windows Store, and Android experiences will come soon.
Very cool. I'm going to kind of chat with you here because that's a lot of information. And I know for me, it is, I'm super pumped about it. I don't even know where to begin as a teacher, though, that's maybe just getting started. So maybe you can share what would be the first thing that you think would be applicable for them to jump into right off the bat when they're getting started.
Absolutely. So they can find Lifeliqe on the App Store or Windows Store, and they can just download the app and give it a try. We've got 1 month free trial, so everyone can use the full content. More than 1,000 interactive 3D models, deep zoom experiences, and 200 lesson plans that are right there for them to start using it in their lessons. We also have the tutorials right in that lesson plan tool. So it tells them where to start, how to include the AR in their lessons, how to engage the classroom, how to connect with the students using high tech, even for the first time in their life, to come a bit closer to the students using something they love, get closer to them, and catch their engagement and attention. We've got lesson plans that show them how to use those 3D models. We've got lesson plans that show them how to create an easy quiz with augmented reality. So they will find tutorials right in the app how to start. And also, as I'm the one who connects the community with Lifeliqe, I'm always here to support the teachers, to address any questions they might have, to guide them through the process, to give them the live demo, to really help them to set up, because teachers needs to get convinced. Well, they need a self-confidence on using technology. And indeed, we're bringing some really cutting-edge technology to learning, but we also need to make sure that, as you very well asked, they need to know where and how to start, and we're trying to make it really easy for them. Mm-hmm. Maybe one more thing that I could say is also that if they use productivity tools such as Keynote or Office, we connect the app with these productivity tools, so they can always export a screenshot, a piece of a screenshot of a model, and they make a link between the presentation, between an existing presentation, lesson plan, and assessment they might have right with the app. So that just with one click, they connect their presentation with the particular model of Lifeliqe. So that's also another way how we try to connect the 3D models with the tools and resources teachers already have been using before they got introduced to us.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think that there's some really good things happening for educators right now in the area of augmented and virtual reality. There's certainly money going into these types of experiences for our students. And I think Lifeliqe is definitely hitting that market that we really need to have addressed and really implemented. I would love to see that this is being used in every classroom, and I'd love to see that this kind of content is available to every student. And I really, really love the idea of lesson plans, and I think lesson plans are a very significant part of that because, like you said, teachers are not willing to necessarily jump head first unless they have a plan to really wrap their brains around what it is capable of doing. So it's really cool to see what you guys are doing. I think it's going to be fantastic for teachers. And let me just say, a month ago, I invited Lifeliqe to come and join. And they were like immediately, oh yeah, we'll do this. It sounds great. And so one Friday, I'm like, all right, I got it set up. Here goes Lifeliqe. And I was getting it going. I'm like, I cannot believe Lifeliqe didn't even show up. This is crazy. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're just not doing it. And then I realized that it was Jamie Donnelly who messed that whole thing up because they had it scheduled for today, not last month. So I am so sorry, Martin, about that. I totally apologize. You guys have a rockin' product that I think everybody needs to experience. So I'm really looking forward to the future of Lifelike and what you'll be doing for definitely for STEM, but for educators across the board. So I truly, truly appreciate your time, and I'm so sorry that I messed that up last month.
No, absolutely no worries. And if I knew that we were that you thought we would show up, I would just jump on the call, because that's what I do all the time. I connect with the teachers all the time, to help them jump on, to help them transform the classroom experiences. And we're always very eager to talk to enthusiasts like you, but also to all the teachers out there. Like the app that I was just showing, it's actually the product. It's a result of cooperation with thousands of educators. 4 years ago, we were creating really cool visual apps for learning. But then, like teachers were super excited about using them, but they were like, it's great, it's visual, it's super interactive, but I need a hook where to start, And so that's why we started integrating the productivity tools with the 3D. That's later on where we started creating lesson plans, and we're also planning some VR lesson plans as well. So get ready for this with our VR product, Lifeliqe VR Museum, which you will find on Viveport or at Valve Steam, that you can download if you have HTC Vive device. You'll be able to.
Don't have that sitting around, but that's okay. There's some other things coming out that I think will be pretty competitive and affordable for classrooms, but I'm sure Lifelike will also be all over that.
Oh, absolutely. We're big believers in mobile. We're big believers in, bringing these super visual experiences even to low-end devices. You can have, iPad 2, and you can use Lifelike. We really try to optimize our really deep visual experiences, but really for affordable devices. So any teacher, even the teacher who has not been using or who had not been using AR, VR, or just any kind of like 3D before, would be able to use it. So again, it's a result of our cooperation with the teachers, and we'll be always here to listen to them. So guys, if you have any questions, always reach out to me. Jamie, feel free to share my email with them. I'm always one ear to see what teachers, but also of course students, what they think, what their ideas are, and we're always very open to all different kinds of cooperations, because teachers, that's part of our DNA.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you again so much for joining when you were supposed to join. And I am so glad that we had a chance to connect and talk about this awesome resource. And I definitely will be watching what you guys are doing here in the future. And if anybody asks me, I'll certainly send them your way. And I'm just excited. This is a great thing that you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for inviting us. And I hope to push all these things on, and bringing even more exciting experiences to classroom and to learning, and to spark even more exciting light bulb moments in science all together. So keep up doing your great job as well, Jamie, and I hope to keep in touch.
All right, thank you.